Hello, and welcome to the first ever D&D stream. My name is Heckle, and we'll be playing Heckna, a campaign that will hopefully last us a couple of weeks. And with me, I have four Chaos Gremlins who have decided to join the festivities of the Jolly Jamboree. Would you like to all introduce yourselves? We can do it from left to right in the way you appear on stream. So starting with Noon.
Hello, I am Noon. I am here. I'm playing someone called Ender, who is a tiefling warlock. And there's nothing more to say. That's all I'm giving you.
Excellent. Moving on.
My name is Sky. I am playing Misty Moon after the rains. That's the full name. I'm a rogue tabaxi. That's it. You'll have to find out more later. Next.
And yeah, I'm Lumpy, and I'm playing Mike Johnson. He's a human fighter, and that's pretty much it for now.
And I'm Mudge Fabulous, playing Freya, the paladin.
And that is the current Chaos crew. Lovely to have you all here. I'm very happy that you decided to join my virgin flight into Dungeons and Dragons. I'm sorry. Yeah, Elaine. Sorry. These are my Chaos Gang. Chaos Gang. Let's go with that. Yeah. Chaos Goblins. Oh, man. See, this is how I lose my relationship status. So a couple of disclaimers before we start. Heckna is a pre-written campaign. And I'm really shit at preparing. So we're gonna improvise a lot going along this. So if you decide to purchase the game and you're like, oh, this is nothing like what I saw on stream, hashtag sorry not sorry, I guess. So also we've implemented a fun little system where in case anyone decides to either follow, raid, subscribe, or whichever, stream will roll a die, and that die will actually potentially, most likely, have an influence on whatever is going on in game. So if one of the players have just rolled a d20 and someone follows at that exact moment, they automatically get advantage with the die rolled on stream being the second die. In case I roll something, it becomes disadvantage, and I need to use whichever of the two values are lower. We're gonna see how that goes. All right. So I think that's everything. Is everyone ready for some fun?
Oh.
That was the goddamn peanut butter, baby. Do not fucking. I know that sound. All right. So we start our game actually not in the Jolly Jamboree, but right before the Revelia. Let's see if this works. Let's see if that works on stream. There we go. So the Revelia is the name of the carnival itself. Now, you as individuals come to meet each other in front of the front gates. 3 of you are already standing there, discussing something amongst yourselves, while the last person walks up. The last person here being Enda. But how did you get here? And how did you learn about the Revelia to begin with? Because the Revelia is not really something you go looking for. It's more something you stumble across. In a way, you could say that it finds you more than you find it. So let's turn back time and follow each of you as you stumbled upon this carnival of fun and horror. Before we get too far, however, I am just gonna ask if people on stream are able to hear the background music. Very faintly. Okay. At least something is there. I just needed to make sure. We can crank it up just a teeny tiny bit. There we go. Okay, we are gonna rewind time to approximately an hour ago. The dense forest is dark and quiet. Every now and again, an owl can be heard from far away. Until all of a sudden, the sound of branches snapping, the pant of someone running very fast. Sounds like in a slight panic even. Lumpy, can you please describe your character in a bit more detail as he rushes through the forest?
Well, you see a pretty average man that just looks kind of average. He has a brown hair, mustache, pretty, for me, pretty tall, but I guess, yeah, not. So he's like maybe around 180, 190 something. Yeah, so, but not, yeah, that is kind of average, I guess. But yeah, he wears a armor, a guard's armor, and I don't remember what weapon, but I guess, yeah, doesn't that doesn't matter right now. But yeah, he wears a guard's armor. He runs through the forest, I guess. Like, there's nothing particularly like outstanding that doesn't, like, if that's what you mean. Like, that nothing like stands out.
He's the type of guy who could get lost in a crowd of three people because he's so inconspicuous, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So Mike comes running through the bushes, panting, wheezing, gasping for air, afraid to look back. Chasing him is a large creature, a beast maybe even, that looks reminiscent of a bear, but it's bigger. And it has red glowing eyes. You've been running for a little while, and the bear is gaining on you. The darkness is doing you no favors. There is a full moon providing some dim light, but the forest is so dense that barely any of it actually reaches where you are. As you run, you feel how many of these branches and shrubbery tears into you, scratching your exposed skin. But better that than demon bear food. You hear the sound of faint music. Odd, very much so, but beggars can't be choosers. Perhaps there's someone there who can help. You dart off in the direction of the sound. Can you roll me a perception check with disadvantage?
Okay. Now I need to figure out how to do that.
You should be able to go to your skills and then right click your perception and choose with disadvantage or with penalty die.
Nope, that was not bad.
With disadvantage. Just roll another one. We'll take the lower of the two. Oh, that's actually pretty good. You managed to avoid most of the roots coming from the trees and the shrubs that, under normal circumstances, given the speed that you're running, probably would have tripped you. And in the not so far distance, you can actually see what seems to be very high pitched tents. You still have a ways to run, but there's hope. However,
I'm running.
I'm running. So is the bear. At one point, running through the fog, very faint fog, but running through the fog, you have a point where you get a weird sensation as you pass some trees. At this point, you've been running for so long that, for all you know, this is what a runner's high feels like. You know, when the adrenaline starts pumping so much that, you know, just running feels good all of a sudden. And you dare at this point to look back, looking towards the thing that was chasing you. And it has stopped. It definitely gives off the expression or the intent that it wants to continue, but something is preventing it. As if there was a thin veil covering part of the forest. You've passed through, but for whatever reason, it seems like it cannot. You breathe a sigh of relief. It seems that, if nothing else, your immediately demise has been postponed. And you decide to go towards the music, towards the pitched tents that you saw, in the hopes of finding some way of getting back through the forest and back to your maybe still alive employer, but if nothing else, then surely your family. As you walk closer, the sounds become more intense. and kind of reverberate inside. The music is jolly but somehow unnerving. And as you stop in front of the big iron gates with the Revelia written in letters that somehow seem to light up every now and again, you wonder if whether you really got saved or if you went from the frying pan straight into the fire. And here, we will turn back time once more and go to one of the other players. Sky.
See.
Misty Moon has a friend. A friend in need is a friend indeed. But whether Whiskers can be called a friend in need, that remains to be seen. I mean, when push comes to shove, he'd probably help out in a pinch, but he doesn't really have what you'd call a lot of qualifications. Nice guy, though. And nice guy that he is, when he somehow won not one, but 2 golden tickets to some kind of traveling circus, he didn't think twice before he invited his bestest bud in the whole wide world. You.
Me.
However, as things typically are with him, he always just had one thing that he needed to take care of before that he could meet up. And whatever those things tended to be, they often resulted in him being, well, let's just say fashionably late. One thing is when that happens privately, but when that happens during assignments, that becomes an issue. You'd like to say that today was no different. However, something definitely seemed a little bit off. Whenever he was late, he would usually find some way of getting in touch with you. I mean, he might be late, but he's not uncultured. He will let you know somehow. But this time around, nothing. Absolute silence. I mean, you know that he said that he was, I'm just gonna run up ahead, just to scout the area, find all the fun games and stuff so that we can, really enjoy our time together. I really want to, max out the fun times I get to have with my bro. It's not that often we get to hang out, at least not like this. And that's the last you heard of him. Now, fortunately, the ticket that you have seems to be infused with some sort of, I hesitate to say tracking magic, but it definitely gives you a kind of feeling of that you know where to go in order to use the ticket. You travel for hours, literal hours, through dense shrubbery. As a tabaxi, you probably decided that it would be safer or easier to take to the treetops, where you can actually see what the hell is going on. Could you give me a... Oh, no, wait, you actually have a climbing speed, so you don't need to give me shit. Never mind.
Swings.
Far off in the distance, you see it before you hear it. This... all of these, like, peaks of tents having been set up, roller coasters and Ferris wheels, all set up in the woods. You give me an intelligence check, just a straight up intelligence.
Mm,
That's good enough. If nothing else, you know that this is highly unusual. I mean, it's a traveling circus. How are you going to get customers in the middle of absolutely fucking nowhere? It's taken you hours to get here. And yet, somehow, for whatever reason, you can faintly make out people walking around. And it's full. I mean, there's a lot. From inside your robe, you hear a small purr. As Shadow tries to get your attention.
what is a shadow?
He doesn't seem too happy about wherever you're going. But, I mean, he's a kitten. What does he know, right? Right.
Right. Just stuff him back into the. Get back in there.
The rest of your travel there is uneventful. You reach the edge of the woods by the gate and you see a man already standing in front. Do you decide to approach or stay in hiding?
Stay in hiding.
Right. Can you give me a stealth check, please? Given how dark it is, you can roll with advantage.
How was it I did with advantage again?
You right-click the skill,
Hmm.
and it should give you the option of rolling with advantage.
I have a drag to modify.
Yeah, and if you click
Oh, yeah.
and
Okay, there we go.
exactly.
Okay, that's how you do it. Got it. Wow.
12. Mike, what's your passive perception? Is it also 12?
Passive perception. What is? How do you calculate passive perception?
It is your perception bonus plus 10.
Okay, that's 12.
Oh, whoops, sorry. That was me. Ignore that. 12, you said?
Yeah, that's 12.
Moon, you hide behind the trees when, for no better reason, Shadow jumps out of your coat and goes over to the man standing there and starts purring at him.
Damn it, Shadow.
You've
Get back here!
you've been made.
Fuck's sake.
Well, hello there, little fella. And I'll just like crouch down and try to.
He won't like that.
Like, is he coming to me? Is he at me, or what? What is the?
He's kind of ran up to you and then he just stopped. So he's not at the point where, you know, when cats run up and they start like rubbing up against your legs. He's not doing that. He just ran up and then he stopped and then he looked at you like, oh, you're bigger than I thought. That kind of sense.
Well, all right.
He's a very skittish stray, FYI. Like, he will go up, curious, but he wouldn't allow anyone besides me to touch him.
Does he look? Is it? Does he look like just a cat or what?
Just a teeny little kitten, yeah.
That's odd to find a cat right in the forest. And I'll just try to look around, I guess.
And it's here that you probably spot Misty Moon as he's standing behind a tree, like calling to Shadow, Shadow, no, get back here.
This is where I have to like in this setting is like tabaxis. Are they like no like is it like a known race or is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll just like go. Oh yeah. I don't mean to do no harm. I might need some help. I was attacked. My employer, he might need help. If you know anyone, if you can help me, please. If you know where we are.
Can you pay?
Excuse me, what did you say? You pay?
Can you pay? My services don't come free.
You say that, and I'll just look at it like, excuse me, what? I mean,
Anything here in this world is free? Hell no. My information costs money. So does my services.
And as the two of you bicker, we're gonna go to the third player.
Yep.
Wandering in search of something is always hard, but it's especially hard when you don't really know what that something is. Freya, you've been camping out for days, weeks, months. It's hard to tell at this point. It's like everything is just a blur. The only thing that you really know is that you need to find something. You're not sure what, but it drives you forward. And recently, you've had a really, really strong feeling that whatever that something might be, it's in these woods. You had a dream. That one day, your brothers and sisters would once again dine at the same table. We had a dream of tall peaks in different colors, music and people laughing, and this innate feeling that whatever it is that your heart remembers but you do not can be found there. So you've been searching and searching and searching. And as you're about to not call it quits, but maybe consider if your approach to this has been wrong, you hear it ever so faintly. The muffled sound of music, of stifled laughter, and of one voice in particular laughs so loud it seems like it drowns everything else out. That's it. That must be it. I mean, what else could it be? If nothing else, the dream is the only clue that you have at this point. So even if it turns out to be a dud, at the very least, you know that. No stone left unturned, and this is not just a stone, this is a boulder. Potential information. And there's no way that you're just gonna let that pass up. Do you walk or do you run towards the sounds? Much?
Freya will do the middle thing. She will do a very quick walk. Because you still have to conserve some energies.
All right. I understand. She does a wee skip on the way to. All right. So she's not running, but she's moving quicker than the average Joe.
Yes.
That's fine. All right. For as long as you can remember, and granted, you don't exactly know how long that is. Like I said, everything kind of muddles together. But you've had a sensation pulling you. And it's always been there, and it's always like steered you in some direction. Right, wrong, you don't know. But it gave you purpose at least. As you are power walking, I guess, towards the sounds that you heard of what you think could be the next big clue, or maybe even the first big clue, you have a sensation of walking through not really water, but kind of like gelatin, like a thin wall of gelatin. Can you roll a what should we call this? Could you roll actually an insight, I guess?
I can do that. I can remember how this works.
Oh, that's smack dab in the middle.
Yes.
At this point in time, apart from the weird sensation, you don't really feel anything else. And I want you as a player to just remember those words for a bit, because we'll return to them. But you make your way towards the source of this of the noise, and you find yourself standing not far off from the gates to a circus or carnival, whatever you'd call it, with two people standing in front, a human clad in armor and a tabaxi in a robe with a small kitten, as they're bickering about payment. What do you do?
He will approach, but not really join the conversation.
I'm not asking for your services. I'm just asking for a little help here.
And Misty Moon apparently ignores you entirely. It's beneath them to.
I was muted. I'm sorry. What did I say? I said, well, that counts as information in my books. Information costs money.
Do I see Freya approaching?
Yeah. Like she's not hiding. Like she just kind of like turns up and sees you there, and then like it's kind of in plain sight. Much. How would she like kind of half ignore them and just be like, don't talk to me or what?
Hey, you there, please. I mean, I've been attacked. My employer, he might still be in danger. There's this big bear that has been chasing me. I mean, do you know how to fight? We might have to go back and save my employer. He might still be alive. Please.
My apologies. I have no time. I have to enter this place. But yes, I know how to fight.
What is up with these people?
And as you discuss whether or not that you, or as Mike tries to find out whether or not anyone is willing to help in this godforsaken woods, we're gonna turn back time for one final time.
The good old days.
Turn back time. To Ende. Now, Ende, you find yourself in the woods, not of your own free will, but because the big man upstairs or downstairs or in the nether realm, or however that might work, wherever they be, whichever cardinal direction, told you, hey fam, like you need to go to this place for reasons I'm not gonna explain. It's not unusual for your patron to be hands off. They will often be like, yeah, I need you to do this thing. No, do not ask me any questions. Yes, I know what I'm doing. Sorta. And it's always been, for lack of a better term, a 50-50, whether it went really, really well or absolute freaking disaster. It's like they just want to set up these situations for you to be like, let's just see what they do. Like, I wonder how this would turn out. Might be good entertainment. I might actually get something from it. Who knows? Whichever. This definitely feels like one of those times. Because why the hell would they send you into the godforsaken woods when there's no one else there? You can't even gamble. There's no one to gamble with. Like, who are you gonna scam? There's no one. The owls? I mean, come on. let's be real. Owls aren't really worth a lot in the hierarchy of souls. Sorry about that, Elaine. But nonetheless, you know you have to. You drag yourself through the muck and mud, cursing the very day that you got screwed over in such a bad frickin' bet. But still, here you are. It is what it is. What you gonna do about it now? Can you roll a let's actually also do insight for me.
I click on it, right? I just click on it.
Yep.
And then I go. What do I do? No, it's not drag to modify. Is it just?
You just
No, I
click again.
cancel. Just click again. I just canceled it. Hey!
If nothing else, walking through the woods has given you time to think. And even for a patron that's usually kind of aloof and hands off, this is definitely out of character for them. Because I mean, they might be not necessarily secretive, but you've been able before to figure out like what their overall intentions are. I mean, is it to scam some rich dude? Is it to harvest souls? Is it to just set up a situation for their own sick form of amusement? Because it's a tense situation and the odds are kind of stacked in not in your favor, and that's just fucking hilarious. And I want to see if you make it through. This doesn't seem like any of that. This just kind of seems like, hey, can you just go do this thing? And it doesn't really sit well with you. And as you are partially lost in thought, obviously still to a degree where you can navigate without injuring yourself. You suddenly hear your patron very sharply in your head going, no, 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 don't! As you walk through what I previously described as a veil of gelatin. And as you walk through it, it's like all of a sudden your patron's voice becomes increasingly faint. As if they're not disappearing, but like moving away. You can still make out the words that they're saying, and unlike anything you've ever heard before, it seems like there's a degree of fear and regret. In the time before the voice disappears completely, you hear them say, I have no time. I will find you again. Use the cards. Get help from the three. And look out. You are in his domain now. Now, the cards you know refers to the tarot cards that you carry with you in your satchel, I guess it is. Side purse? In any case, at this point you can no longer hear your patron. Is there anything that you want to do at this point in time?
So I walk through like this gelatin veil thing,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Can I try to go back through it?
You can try, but you're stopped. It felt like how should I say it? It felt like when you were walking in, it was like very soft and kind of like a weird like emotion that kind of ran through you as you walked through it. Like when you have like a drape of silk that you kind of like just walk straight through. But when you turn around and try to make your way back, it feels hard as steel.
But it's not visible, right?
Exactly. You don't see it, but you feel it.
Well, I guess I gotta carry on somehow. Glad that wasn't ominous as fuck. And I just go straight forward, away from the now invisible wall, I guess.
You try to find a. This sounds kind of idiosyncratic, but like an open enclosed area. So basically, what I'm trying to say, you try to find somewhere where there's enough light that you can see properly, but that you are protected from your back and sides. So you can see if anyone is coming. You can flee if that happens. But if nothing else, like you have a temporarily safe space for you to draw your tarot cards. Now, reading the fates is not easy if you want to do it right. It takes a little bit of time. But as you set everything up, and as you get to the final part of the, let's say, ritual, for lack of a better word, you pull out 3 cards. The first card is the moon. Symbolic of an individual who is mysterious and walks in shadow. The second card you draw is of the Hierophant, signifying someone who is of divinity, a sort of judgment, so to speak. And finally, you draw the Chariot, symbolic of movement and strength and progress. And with those things, you are certain that if you are to make it through whatever ordeal waits you here, you need to find those 3 individuals. And they need to help you, or rather, you need to help each other. Because, like your patron said, this is his domain. You collect your cards. You get up, and you probably think to yourself, I'm just gonna check, just in case. You try to fire off an Eldritch Blast, but nothing really happens. It kind of fizzes out at this point. You're concerned. Very much so, because while the pact was not one you took willingly, it had its boons. And this is the first time ever since then that you are powerless. At this point, you just hope that when they said, I will find you again, that will be sooner rather than later. Fortunately, however, it seems like the fates are on your side. You don't encounter anything on the way. And as you see the peaks of the tents, you're certain that this is where you were meant to go. And as if the fates were playing tricks on you, standing by the gates of the Revelia are 3 individuals. One seemingly clad in dark clothes, fit for walking in the shadows. One clad in armor with a winged motif, having the scent or the reek of divinity. And finally, your average Joe Schmo, who seems to stop at nothing trying to just get the hell out of here. You usually never look gift horse in the mouth, but sometimes you just gotta be like, well, even gamblers have beginner's luck sometimes. As you walk towards the 3 people in a somewhat argument. What do you do?
Question is the argument still going, and can I make anything out of the argument that is going on?
It is definitely still going, and you approach just in time to hear sorry, just in time to hear Freya go, yeah, I can fight. And and Mike being, what is up with all these people?
Do I hear anything about the bear that Mike mentioned?
Do a shit, I almost said a listen check, but that's called a Cthulhu. I guess that goes under perception.
It's perception, yeah.
Yeah.
Click here. I don't.
No.
I don't hear anything about it. Well, for when I approach them, and I think I'll just listen for a moment, because they're clearly not friends. They're clearly not even on the same side right now. I think they just don't know what to do with themselves. So I just kind of, these are the people I'm probably apparently supposed to find according to my patrons. So I just stand there sort of watching them, going like, are these really the people I'm supposed to find? Could it, I mean, maybe, tarot is up for interpretation, and is this, I could maybe, if I like, are there more people here? Are there tents? If I maybe walk past them, could I find people that are maybe also fitting the descriptions. So I just kind of watch.
I love how apparently Enda's first thought is, oh, this might be them, but it can't be them. They're too dumb. Like, who are these idiots? But yeah. So Mike, Misty, Moon, and Freya, you are still engaged in argument as you see this dark lavender tiefling come from inside the woods that you've all also just walked through to make your way to the Revelia. Do you continue your argument, or
Just a quick question: is in the AC a male? Because from the picture it looks like it. But I'm not sure.
Any pronouns. I use they them mostly for them. So, but you can go with male.
Okay, but he's like male representing, like he presents himself as male, or is more
Yeah.
like okay. Yeah.
Maybe they can help you.
Oh, you, good sir. I mean, please, maybe you. I mean, maybe you are a bit more sane than these others. But I've been attacked. My employer, he needs help. There was this big bear that was chasing me, and I mean, we need to go back and help my employer. He might still be alive. I mean, we. I think he was attacked. So, but we need to go there now because yeah, time is of essence.
Okay, those are a lot of words. So there's a bear, right? So you're saying we go back where the bear is.
We need to go back and help my employer. I mean, he's like his life is in danger.
So is your employer going to pay just you because you're being employed by your employer, or is your employer also paying everyone who's helping you help your employer?
This is exactly what I'm saying.
And he is calling everyone else insane.
What is up with these people?
No. You're asking us to freeload for you. You're doing your work.
I don't care about the money. You can take whatever he planned to pay me. Let's just go and try to save this man's life. Okay?
Okay, so but how are we splitting? You're not getting your share. You're at 0, right? We take your money, but how are we going to share between us? We have to discuss this first, and then we can, save people later.
But the man is dying. There's a man out there in the woods dying. He might be, just I don't know if he's been eaten by a bear or not, but there's a chance that we might save this man's life, and that's the right thing to do.
Is he rich?
Good question.
I don't know how much money he has. I just know that there's a man out there that needs our help.
Well, I can definitely help lift some weight off the pockets.
You can split it between the two of you. I have to go in here, so I do not have the time.
So 75 for me, 25 for you, right?
No. We're doing this equal, right? Like 50-50.
Please, for the love of God, help me. What is this?
How tall is Ende?
Like 180, probably.
Fuck. Okay. We're about the same height.
All right. If none of you want to help me, I mean, I go. I have to go. I mean, there's a man in danger. I mean, and like his life is. Yeah, I have to go, and I'll just walk back into direction again towards.
Quick question, because my Eldritch Blast didn't work. Can I still try to cast Thaumaturgy, which is something that I can do as a tiefling, which is not related to my patron?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I will cast Thaumaturgy to make like bear sounds from the forest that sound really, really close and really, really loud.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bear that Mike has been describing is like closing in on us.
That's really.
Do I have to roll for thaumaturgy? I don't remember.
No, you don't. You don't roll for thaumaturgy, but Mike would have to, I think, roll insight to figure out if he sees through the quote unquote illusion. Like if he understands.
Doesn't say, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I would rule it the same way I would for like minor illusion if you needed to see through that. Mike.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way we can hear the sounds as well?
Oh yeah, it's like
Everyone hears
for
it.
everyone to hear.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything.
We're not actually making the sound.
I can.
I meant if you had like sound effects in the stream.
Oh, I can pretend. Wow. There you go. That was a bear, right?
Yeah,
I've never heard
bought
as terrifying a bear.
I feared for my life for a second.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Thank you. It was my best performance yet.
I will probably. Was it far from here that he saw the bear?
Yes, he walked a good while after. I mean, I say good while, but it's like 10 minutes tops, but it's still 10 minutes, right? Regardless,
If I climb up into the trees, would I be able to see anything? Like,
I don't know.
scout.
You could try and
Can
climb
I
up in
try?
a tree and roll perception.
Let me try then.
In the meantime, Mike, it's up to you whether, or sorry, Lumpy, it's up to you whether Mike just straight up fails. You can decide to fail, or you can roll an insight against the sounds to try and make out if, oh shit, is that potentially the same bear, or if is it something else?
Should I roll deception against it, or are we just going to decide on the saving throw?
We're just going to decide on the saving throw, I think, because you don't add to the magic, so to speak.
Yeah,
So,
no. I'm just trying to make sure.
I'm guessing the DC is 13. 8 plus 2 plus your charisma modifier, right?
I don't know how the spell
We're totally
DC.
gonna go with that. 8 plus proficiency plus your charisma. And I forgot what your charisma actually was.
What's my proficiency?
Should be plus 2. At level 1.
Then it is 13, yeah.
Yeah. So, Mike, if you want to roll insight against it, it's going to be a 13, the DC.
Yeah, Mike, no, he fails. He does not.
All right.
Really,
All right.
like he's not in the state of mind of actually, But I'll just like take out my shield and Morningstar, which is now what I remember what I actually had for a weapon, and I'll just go like, stand back, it's coming, prepare yourselves for a fight, and I'll just go into fight stance.
Misty Moon, you climb the tree to get a better vantage point. What exactly is it that you're looking for?
Any movement.
In which
Or
direction?
listening for any sounds as well.
In which direction?
I mean, am I not high enough up to be able to like hear a surround sound?
I mean, the thing is, though, you are right at the edge of the woods by the Revelia, where there's loud music and people laughing. Like you hear crowds, noises from the crowds. And furthermore, climbing all the way up to the tree only gives you like a vantage point in so far that you can see the treetops. Like I said, the reason that you did that to begin with was so that you could find your way, since everything is way too like densely packed to see anything. So even with a roll of 15, I would say that most of the noises are being drowned out by the circus itself. And
So no sounds, but if I look around like different directions, I see nothing either.
You see treetops.
No birds.
You probably see some birds flying off, but there's no indication of what could have caused it.
How quiet is the forest?
It's hard to say with all the noise in the background.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Fuck, never mind. I don't know. I just probably. No, I go back down.
Right. I'm just gonna ask much real quick. Is Freya actually still standing around, or was she like, oh fuck this, I'm just gonna go in?
She would probably have been close to just walking in. But at the sound of a bear, she would probably have stopped and not drawn her sword, but be ready for a fight.
Mm-hmm. Moments pass. Mike is standing there, prepared with his shield and mace, ready for potentially being tackled by a demon bear. Again. And Freya is also standing, not in a fighting stance, but also at the ready for action, for lack of a better term. Misty Moon is looking around, being like, the fuck is going on? And Enda is just like, I don't know, what is Enda like? Like, wow, these people are fucking gullible.
Yeah, kind of, but also Enda's probably standing there like, I successfully stopped a group from splitting up because I need these people, but I didn't think as far, so I don't know what to do now.
Okay. Here's how we're gonna do it. So the roar was loud enough to be heard in spite of the music. Now, Shadow, being the cutest little innocent kitty cat with not a lot of life experience, freaks the fuck out. So as soon as Misty Moon is back on solid ground, Shadow nopes the fuck out. Jumps out from the coat and runs through the. When I say runs through the gate, I mean like runs through like the part of the gate with the bars, right? Like
You little
runs through that
get back here!
and goes in towards the Revelia.
Fuck! My cat!
Okay.
I'll probably like go over to the bars and be like, come here, hey, Shadow!
It has the right idea. Behind those bars, the bear would probably not be able to get us.
Yeah, but he promised money.
Well, we should just go in.
Let's just face it. Your boss is probably bear meat by now. Bear food. Whatever.
Don't lose faith!
I could have used
Freya
money.
will walk in.
All right.
Yo.
So
I'm not leaving my cat.
as you walk in, I know it's not really visible on the background that you're seeing right now, but on either side of the gate, on the inside, are actually golden statues. And as Freya, who is the first humanoid, I guess, to walk through from the group, or maybe Misty Moon is, depending on who like eats in first. you notice how that the statues are moving. Now they remain in place on like these miniature pedestals, but they are like contouring the, like they're twisting their bodies, and they turn sort of to face you as you walk through. And a sound emanates from both statues in complete synchronicity. Welcome, my weary, winsome, wondrous visitors. Rally round for Revelia. Please do look around. Partake in the games, in the treats. There are no limits here. Whatever you can dream is yours. Just don't forget to smile.
That's
Now,
gonna cost some money.
that's I don't smile for free. So, as you look into the Revelia, I guess, like in towards the circus itself, you see this wondrous, vibrant carnival. Sweethearts are strolling hand in hand, munching on delectable treats. Creatures and persons of all kinds walk around with smiles on their faces. Big smiles. Laughter rings in the air. Strangely dressed clowns with brightly colored hair and outfits roam through the crowds. Everywhere there are many tents and buildings, most emblazoned with colorful signage. In the distance, a huge red tent looms at the center of the carnival, its spires piercing the misty veil overhead. You also catch a glimpse of a Ferris wheel. However, both the tent and the wheel appear hazy, as if a mirage.
Anyone else got the creeps? No? Just me?
Half hidden behind a nearby tent, sitting on the ground, with an arm around their waist as they beckon you over, is a humanoid figure. Do you go
Can
to
I-
them?
Okay, before I go anywhere, can I give Mike a nudge and say, see if you just imagine your employer being alive and smile while doing that. It's gonna be real. They just said that.
Mike will just look at the others going the other way, and I don't think he necessarily registers what Ender said, and he'll just go like, "Hey, we're supposed to go the other way," and I'll just jog after the others.
I'm still looking for my cat.
What does the humanoid figure look like that is beckoning us over?
Let me see. In case you hear odd noises in the background, that is me ruffling through paper because it's easier than the digital solution.
He's old school.
Yeah,
I'm old
I'm
now.
analog. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't like doing the math.
Your age is showing.
Yeah, I know. Right. So, what do they look like? It is a woman, or at least they portray as a woman with frizzy hair that is graying at the sides, and escape in a bun, so like tied in a bun behind behind her head. She's wearing a white coat, which looks like it has been like repeatedly stained and patched up. So like stained and washed, and then as tears came, it got patched up. And while you can't really make out too many other details from standing from afar, it looks like she's hurt.
And people are just ignoring her? Like she's we see from afar that she might be hurt and people are just walking past her?
Well, it's not so much that they're walking past her as it is that where that she is sitting is the backside of a tent, which means she is facing the I almost said hedge. It's not. She's facing the fence. So
Okay.
it's basically only people who are coming in from outside who are able to see her.
Okay.
She's hidden from everyone else.
Okay. And one last question, because you said the people who are like walking around, they are all smiling and they have big smiles. Do they look like unnatural smiles, or is it actual happy smiles?
Oh, that's a very good question. Let's roll insight for that.
Okay, let me see where that is. It's here. Damn. Well,
And this looks like the happiest place on earth.
I'm so glad people here are so happy.
um. So yeah, regarding the person who is beckoning you over, do you do anything about that, or are you just like, screw this, we have things to do?
Hey, old hag. Have you seen the little kitten? About yay high? Fluffy. Black.
And are you in need of assistance?
But cat first. Assistance later.
It is a little kitten.
You can see that she is kind of like slumped, and leaning against the tent. Jeez. Her face looks exhausted, but despite the weariness on her face, her eyes look kind. You notice that she has a splint tied to some of her fingers on one of her hands. Evidently, I mean, you would be able to tell that most likely her fingers are broken. She goes, assistance. Well, no, I think I'm fine. What was that you said about a cat?
You see a little black kitten come through the bars?
Yeah, it did. It hang on. And she kind of shuffles, or not really shuffles, but she has a bag, a somewhat large bag for someone of her size, and she opens the flap, and you see Shadow poke its head out. The bag itself was a little ways off from the woman, so it kind of like ran past her and just jumped into the bag.
Get back here, you little rascal. I like bend down and like open up my coat for him.
I was about to go like it's evident that it wants uppies.
I would give him a piece. I would always give him a piece.
Yeah, he crawls back into your coat. I assume that he usually sits in like an inner pocket or something.
In the hood.
Inner
Like-
hood. Right.
In the hood, yeah.
So who are you?
You seem to be in pain. Are you sure you need no assistance?
I mean, if you have some way of helping me deal with this, she says as she like shows her her broken fingers, I would very much appreciate it. but if you don't, no harm. It'll heal on its own in no time. It's okay.
If they are set correctly, I should be able to help.
I'm pretty sure that they are.
You don't mind, and Rhea will sit down in front of the lady and gently take the hand before she will use lay on hands.
Mhm.
Heal her a little bit
Mhm.
to take the worst pain away.
I would like to take the edge off.
Yes.
All right. Whew. That actually helps. Thanks. How did you do that? I mean, I usually resort to medicines and potions and drugs. She means medical drugs. Don't be that way. Those kilos of cocaine.
It is a trait of the family.
Oh.
It's quite hard to explain. Other than that, it is God given.
And it is as you say that you kind of think back to when you first entered the domain.
Yes.
Yeah. Where
I got what you put down.
Yeah. Where you are absolutely certain now that you've done it that for the past little while, from ever since you walked through that jelly veil, as it's now known, you definitely lost a connection to something. But it has since been regained.
Oh.
Wow. Well, I guess thanks to you and your family for the help. Yeah, I really do appreciate it.
You are very welcome.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what are you all doing here? It's not really a let's just say it's not really a great place to be.
I am looking for something.
What are you looking for?
I am not entirely sure, but I am sure I will know it when I see it.
That sounds kind of difficult.
It has taken some time. As to these other three, I am not entirely sure as I have only just met them.
Oh.
Well, I do know that this one is trying to help his master, I think.
Is one of the other two their master?
I do not believe so. He was asking them for help too.
Wouldn't even be able to pay for my service anyway.
I volunteer as their master if they're looking for one.
Sorry.
We're all adults.
Are we? Are we?
Yeah, that might actually be the problem. Okay, so if none of them is his master, where is his master?
Probably dead.
Oh. Oh my. My condolences. It does tend to happen a lot around here, though. So.
So, are funerals cheap here, or?
Well, I've never actually seen someone get buried. But
Okay.
definitely don't see them around. Well,
I suppose if the bear was what took him, it probably did.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
yeah, I mean, something is definitely getting fed.
How is Mike coping with all of that information?
I think Mike just kind of like I think if he had the time to kind of like look around a bit and kind of get out of the panic mode, I guess. So like he just he just kind of looks around, like feels it, like this place is a bit odd. He gets an odd feeling of this place, I guess, but he doesn't say anything for now.
The person follows up with, well, now that you're here, or rather, speaking of dying, that's generally the only way to get out of here once you're here. And truth be told, sometimes even dying doesn't work.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
Well, you see, this place is, let's say it's somebody's bad idea of a good time.
I'd like to meet that someone.
Oh, trust me, you don't. You really, really don't.
But if I did, where would I find them?
Oh shit, that's like a really good question. I'm not sure that this individual actually knows. Oh no, they do. Okay. Well, it's kind of hard to see from here, but in the far end of this Piccadilly Circus is the Funhouse, and Heckna lives in the Funhouse.
So, yeah.
Sorry,
We're...
go on.
No, you go.
No, I was you go on. You go on.
No, you go.
Where was this fun house?
Far end of the circus.
I see.
So where we're standing right now, exactly diametrical opposite.
So this Heckna person owns this place, or they host whatever this is, or they just live here?
Well, I'm not really sure how to explain it. It's like this, and she kind of like gestures in like with both her hands, like a circle motion, like this, like area. I don't know if I would say it's owned by him, but it is ruled by him. As a matter of fact, and she points up to the sky. Sorry. She points up to the sky, to the moon, which is currently a full moon, and she says, even that obeys his mood.
The sky or the moon? I'm not sure what you're pointing at. There is like a lot of stuff up in the sky, like the sky.
The moon.
Oh, just the moon. Okay, sky would be worse, but
I don't exactly know how or why, but if you have a chance, there's a guy called Locke over at Lost and Found. They would know.
They would know why the moon obeys the lord of this place.
Yeah. In a nutshell, yeah. However, you should definitely be careful if you're gonna be walking around, because Heckna has eyes and ears everywhere.
doesn't that mean like you giving us a warning is also heard by them, and that kind of makes it bad again?
I'm not saying that you're wrong per se. Sorry. However, some areas are more dangerous than others. The best tip I can give you right here and right now is, as much as possible, try to avoid the posters.
The posters.
The posters of Heckna. He
Uses them to travel through them, uses them to spy on people, something like that.
The ladder, yeah. He uses
The
them
ladder.
to spy
Okay.
on people. The safest place, if you want to know more, I mean the safest place to talk. Sorry, if you want to know more, is the Lost and Found. It's where Locke is.
And where exactly is the Lost and Found?
She gives you brief directions because the GM doesn't remember how the layout is.
Okay, I think because the GM doesn't know where it is.
Yeah. And before
You stream.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
the what?
there it is.
It's back now. Sorry, it crashed for a second.
Oh, the stream did?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh shit.
It's back up. It's back up.
Welcome back, everyone. In case you missed it, the characters introduced themselves as Dr. Stella.
And just because, you said the whole, you can only get out of here by dying or not, because sometimes that doesn't work. How long have you been here?
Quite a while.
In like, could you put it in like terms, like something I can grasp? You could also use like apples or something. I don't know. Some people like to put numbers into apples.
I really, really wish I could, but here the moon never really sets. And the only thing I can tell you is that I've gone to sleep a lot of times, but I have no idea of how much time has actually passed.
That is concerning. You should probably go see a doctor about that.
I am a doctor. Mm, mm, mm. She looks like that there's something that she suddenly remembered. But before parting ways, she gives you two final tidbits of information. One is that since it's pretty much impossible to leave, you're probably going to be staying here for a while. And if you need a safe place to rest, there's a hostel that the GM does not remember the name of right now. And if you need to eat, the food at the food court is safe for the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah, there are some incidents.
Such as?
Well, some people maybe just have really weak constitutions and they died. But
Huh.
you know, you
So-
dying from hunger is also a thing.
The safe food kills people, and the unsafe food also kills people.
Well, it's not that the safe food kills people. I mean, there is food, and some of it is okay for consumption, and some of it not so much. Just try to avoid the ones that are not so much, and you'll be fine.
Could you give like recommendations, like something that isn't vague, being like, oh, some of the food is bad, but you know, like something like, oh, the hot dogs are a total banger. You should totally try them.
That would not be very nutritious.
Okay, the salad.
And we got the lettuce.
The lettuce
Um,
is so good.
Dr. Stella goes, if there were any sort of consistency, I would definitely have told you what to look out for.
Okay,
But
so what do you say?
it's like sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
So it's a gamble, basically.
Yeah, you roll the dice and you hope you don't die.
Okay, I can work with that.
But I mean, it's still better than guaranteed death from hunger. So there's that, I guess. In any case, I have something that I need to see to. I'm very sorry for having to brush you off so abruptly. Miss, again, thank you so much for taking the edge off. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to be able to return the favor sometime in the future.
You were very welcome.
Oh, and one last thing. Things here are never what they seem to be, so just keep that in mind, and I'm sure you'll be fine. All the best. And she she disappears into the night. No, she takes her bag and she kind of hustles out of there. Whatever it was that she remembered was evidently pretty important.
Was she just implying that she was not what she seemed to be?
Yeah. No. That could totally be like read that way. That's true.
What if? Nah.
What if? No. Continue the sentence. Finish it.
This might be ridiculous, but what if she was Heckna?
Oh, so this is like a reverse psychology thing where Heckna is posing as Dr. Stella, telling us, "Oh, watch out," to like hype us up for their grand reveal type
I
thing,
have
or
no clue. I will admit, though, one thing I'm very curious about is those posters.
oh yeah, the first poster we see, I'm gonna take a good look at it.
Does any of you know who this Heckna person is?
No idea.
No. Looks up.
Never heard of them.
All right. And Mike looks at Enda. And by the way, back there you mentioned something about my employer. I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat that, please?
I'm gonna jump in at exactly this moment because all of you hear like loud trumpets sound off in the distance as sorry, as the sound of snare drums become increasingly louder and louder. At first, the music seems joyous, but it melts into a cacophony of noise that is almost painful to be around. The tents are the tents are moved aside as revelers, which are, just think of them as thugs for the time being. As revelers drag them back from the main pathway through the jamboree. With an explosion of fireworks, a huge, lavish cart, pulled by a menagerie of animals, rounds the corner of the huge red tent. On the cart is an enormous gilded cage with a gigantic antlion trapped inside. Its large, translucent wings are veined with deep green, resembling oval pieces of fractured glass. Its wings flap and beat as it dances and spins. Acrobats swing from colorful ropes and silks around the cage as the insect screeches and bellows. All around the cart are costume dancers and tumbling clowns. The performers grin and wave at the gathered crowd. Atop the gilded cage is a tall humanoid figure decked out merrily in vivid reds and golds. He wears a pale, grinning mask. The figure twirls a long baton, shooting gold, glittering fireworks into the night sky. As he waves to the crowd and pirouettes, the moonlight illuminates his elegant form as if the moon were a spotlight focused only on him. He is, without question, the star of the show. And as the cart passes, he turns towards you and blows you a kiss.
2 bronze coins. That's Heckna.
Can I blow a kiss back?
Of course you can.
I'm gonna do that.
Do you include a wink or not?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna include a wing. Good call.
All right. I'll keep that especially in mind for later.
I take it back. No, sorry.
No. What's done is done.
The real question is, does it come with like an anime heart?
Oh,
yeah,
that would be
floating in there, definitely.
No,
Yeah.
it has to be like a Final Fantasy toad,
I unfortunately
Uh,
don't have